Hello Virgo, this is your December intuitive tarot reading. Alright, so I'm going to take you through the cards. In the top row from the left we have the King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Lovers. In the center row, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. And then on the bottom from the left, the Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and Temperance. And on the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. And that's propped up on the right there. Okay, so Two of Swords can very often be about a choice. And I feel that with the Two of Pentacles as well, and the Lovers, that there's definitely something happening here with either choosing between two things, or it could also be making a decision, for example, whether or not to go forward with something. I do sense a couple other characters coming into play here. I feel that you are this Knight of Pentacles, and with the Two of Pentacles energy and also the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the left, on the bottom left, I'm picking up on some delay or slow paced decision making, something that needs time to blossom. It may or may not be bothering you. Temperance is also coming up, so there could be some impatience happening, but it could very well be, I feel that for some of you, maybe being an earth sign, you are used to things, or you have respect for things that take time to blossom. And that's a little bit of what I'm picking up on here. For some of you, there could be some frustration around it, wanting some speed, wanting things to move forward faster. But I also feel like maybe there's something, and it's probably in regard to whatever the decision is, that you're appreciating the time for a lot of you. Some of you, that is for positive reasons, again, like maybe just appreciating the process. And for some of you, there could be some fears, maybe some defensiveness, maybe just some not quite being ready to take action. I feel that the Seven of Wands comes up for me often for taking kind of a delay, more of taking some time out to assess things when taking action, the spark just isn't quite there to take action, or the understanding of why you might take action not being quite there, just things not being quite ready, sometimes to do with defensiveness or having your guard up too much. Whatever it is, I do sense you Virgos maybe putting something on the back burner a little bit, or taking sort of a back seat and waiting, watching, but not without doing anything. It feels like you are definitely doing some processing. And there's a couple of things coming up with the Seven of Swords. Going with what I was just talking about, I also feel that this card can sometimes be in regard to a delay and thinking and making decisions, maybe questioning motives about a certain path you might take, or about a choice, about a decision. And this could be in regard to someone else, but it could be in regard to something else related to your life. Whatever it is maybe that you feel is that thing that's taking some time to grow. The other thing coming up, though, is that idea of maybe something underhanded, or something that you're just not seeing right now. It doesn't always have to be a betrayal, but it can be. And I do sense, with the Lovers card coming up and this Queen of Pentacles kind of hovering over it, and then this King of Wands on the top left, that there may be something happening here with three people. And I don't feel like, though, this is a premonition of any kind. I feel like if this is the case, it feels like this is something you already know about. So I feel if this pertains to you, you most likely are already aware of it, especially because we have the swords with their mental energy. Feels like you're already processing it, is what I'm saying. Because we do have that kind of thinking, balancing, taking time out to assess things, that mental energy. But if it is the case that this has happened, I still sense you're this Knight of Pentacles. That would definitely be why you have your defenses up a bit, and that it's something that you've observed or found out about happening between this King of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles. One thing I will say is I'm picking up on a lack of compatibility between these two. So if there was like an affair, a romantic affair, it feels temporary. And there's no other message with that. It's not saying that you should accept it or shouldn't, but it was a message that came through that I wanted to deliver. It feels like there was some sort of karma involved. And sometimes that comes into play with, sometimes incompatibility comes into play with that. So when there's something karmic, sometimes something just needs to happen. Something just needs to take place that you maybe decided would happen before you came to this life. And it's balancing something or teaching your souls something that is necessary to learn. And the reason incompatibility comes into play in those situations a lot of times is because it was just the karmic energy that drew the two people together. So this is especially true in terms of something romantic or sexual. That karmic energy can definitely be kind of an instigator, and the thing that, again, brings two people together magnetically. And when the karma is cleared, or when the deed is done, so to speak, then it can just, that energy, that pull can just vanish. That kind of feels like what I'm sensing here with the situation. And I see you maybe questioning. So especially if there was some kind of betrayal towards you, I sense that you're questioning that, and that may be what some of this inner contemplation is. Because I feel like with the Lover's card and also this Two of Pentacles, that you felt you had a very strong connection that is compatible, that goes beyond just, one incident happening and drawing you together, that it feels like something that might be more long lasting and that you've planted some seeds for to watch grow. And that there may be some confusion around that for you, like why this happened. And I would say to trust your intuition, because we have the High Priestess coming up as well. And I believe that especially if you're sensing that this is something that was supposed to last, that was a strong connection, I do feel like you should trust that, and that potential is still there. Because that High Priestess is really telling you to trust your intuition. So maybe also some time for healing needs to be taken out. But I would say trust your instincts, both about what you believe about the situation and also your process. Because I still feel that energy of maybe even isolating, but especially just having some defenses up and taking that time out to process. Go with that. I would say trust that as being the process that's right for you right now. Because this High Priestess is really coming in to tell you that you need that time to yourself to balance. And this isn't going to be about a betrayal for some of you. That's definitely one part of the storyline that came up. I also sense for some people that this Queen of Pentacles could be an aspect of you. So in that case, what I'm kind of getting is that you're sort of in this Knight of Pentacles stage, and your goal is to reach this Queen of Pentacles stage, to become a master of your own stability. And I feel like with the High Priestess too, that Queen of Pentacles is someone who's going to trust her intuition, who's going to be patient, who knows which defenses to have up and which not. Because it's always good to protect in some ways, and sometimes we need more protection for processing, as I mentioned, but other times we need to take some of those down. And that Queen knows when to do what, and also knows just how long something might need to process. And always trusts her intuition. I think I said that already. And I feel like that's a place for some of you where you are heading, and the work that you're doing now is leading you there. And it's come up on the bottom of the deck to indicate that to keep that goal in mind, and that that you will get there. In this case, it feels like the King of Wands is someone in your life who, for some of you, is helping along with this process. I also feel like for some, it's someone who's present and maybe just observing from afar. And although they have this fiery energy, this passion, my sense is that you might think this person might vanish or might not be at all compatible with this earth energy. And in a way that's true. And that's where this incompatibility theme is coming up again. But in this case, if it's you having this person in your life, doing this processing with this goal of embracing these Queen of Pentacles qualities, yes, there are some differences. You have a lot of differences in your elements, the fire and the earth, but I just feel like there's a connection beyond that, because we're not all signs. We're not even all these human traits. And in this case, the Lovers is coming up in that row for you. And that's very much about strong passion and about a strong soul connection. So again, trust your instincts. Yes, there may be some kind of incompatibility. They might not quite understand how slow you might need to take something or what kind of processing you're doing right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to vanish or that things can't work. It feels like there's a strong connection there. So have faith in that. All right, Virgos, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you.